So today's big question is, when are you officially in a relationship? Today I'll be sharing some tips and tricks of how to know when you're officially in a relationship and what not to do to move things along. My name is Joan Nwosu, and welcome to the Second Chances podcast, a love journey in black and white. It must have been our 12th to 13th date, and we had just come back from a beautiful evening at the sports bar, and it was yet another great night with Davide. We came back to my place to have a drink. Yeah, just a drink. And as we sat down to have a drink, Davide went down on both knees. Both, not one, because he's extra. And he started to say things that were very beautiful. You know, I've been waiting all my life for a woman like you. You make me want to be the best version of Davide ever. You make me want to do amazing things for you. I want to share my world with you, my life with you, and just so many beautiful things. Lots of just absolutely beautiful. And at the end of it, he asked, I want you to be my girlfriend. Of course I said yes. But the truth is, he had tried to ask me a couple of weeks earlier and I wasn't ready. So I made sure that he knew I wasn't ready because, again, I was dating multiple people at the time because I didn't want to get too invested and just go after who's readily available or who's showing me the most attention or affection. And so he waited a couple more weeks till we had a couple more dates and gotten to really know each other a little bit more. And then he popped the question. And like I said, my answer was yes. And for me, that just makes everything easier because guess what? There's no guessing. There's no wondering, where are we? Who are we? What are we doing? It was a simple, he asked, and I said yes. So that's how you know that you're official. But not everybody gets there that way. So today I want to share some things that may be happening to you or maybe you've experienced as well. Defining a relationship is very key, at least for women, because our hearts are really fragile. And there's nothing worse than not knowing where you stand in a relationship, because now you don't know how much to do, how to pull back. Do I see other people? Do I do this? Do I do that? There's so much confusion. You're in limbo. And that is such a horrible place to be in. I know there was a guy that I thought we were in a relationship. This was way back when. And after a couple of months, and I just blotted out in an argument, well, that's not how you treat your girlfriend. And he's like, girlfriend? You're not my girlfriend. We're not in a relationship. Did I ever ask you to be my girlfriend? That was very painful. So I do understand it's very, very important to know where you stand in a relationship and be clear that you are official. And what's more beautiful than having an actual date when you became official so you can celebrate that date every month or every year or whatever it is that you decide to do. So before we get into how the man should ask or would ask typically, there's one difference, especially in today's world, between dating and relationship. I used to use both synonymously, but then I realized very quickly that times have changed. When you say you're dating someone, it does not mean that you're in an exclusive, committed relationship. That's another level. Dating just means you're going out on dates, you're getting to know each other. You might choose to be physical or not, that's up to you. But in the dating phase, there's no exclusivity and there's no going and opening a joint account or planning to move in together. No, it's just dating. And it usually happens with multiple people. So that's one thing I want to stress. There's a difference between dating and being in a committed relationship. So don't mix the two. Make sure that you know when you're dating and when you're in a committed relationship. So the official I'm talking about today is when you're now in a committed relationship. A lot of the time, when we don't get the question of, would you be my girlfriend? We tend to read between the lines. We start to make assumptions about what this situationship, or in our minds, relationship is, because now you're reading a man's actions and interpreting it however you choose to. So he might be doing nice things for you. He might be calling you wifey. He might be introducing to you his friends and family. He might be going out of his way to be around you, to be with you, to spend time with you. Doesn't mean that you're in a relationship. Right? So it's so easy as a woman to get confused and think, oh, for him to be doing this definitely means that we're exclusive, definitely means that he's committed. No, he might just be a nice guy, and he could be doing that for multiple people. So don't be in a hurry to become so invested and start playing the role of a committed girlfriend or a wife when he hasn't done the right thing. I usually advise people that I work with to maybe hold back on sex a little bit for as long as you can until you become official, because it does cloud our judgment. It does give a false sense of commitment. Men and women view sex differently. Well, some women view sex differently, but I'm just talking generally. Men and women view sex differently. So before you go that far, maybe wait a little till you're sure that you're in a committed relationship. Him asking, not you assuming, right? That way, if he's not ready to be in a committed relationship, you can just keep moving. And like I said, it's always good to keep dating multiple people until the official question comes out, because now that way no one's confused about where both of you stand. Whatever you do, please do not put yourself in a position where you need to ask a man, what are we? There's nothing worse than asking those questions. If you have to ask, you already know the answer. A man who wants you will ask. He doesn't need your help. He doesn't need your convincing. No manipulation required. He will ask you to be his girlfriend. In almost those words. Almost those words. I've been asked that so many times over the last couple of years. It's almost the same words. They will ask you to be their official girlfriend. Period. And maybe now define what that means. So we're exclusive, we're this, we're that, we're planning the future together, blah, blah, blah. But they will ask those questions. So please, if you ever feel the need to want to ask that question, it means you've invested in one person. Start dating multiple people so that way you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Okay? So another thing that you should be wary of is people hiding behind the fear of commitment, or I don't like labels. I'm sure you've seen that. Oh, why can't we just see how things progress? Oh, let's just go with the flow. Well, if that's what you're looking for, you go ahead and do that. But if you're looking for a serious committed relationship, for your forever love, for your soulmate, where you want to build a happy home with and eventually probably marry, then a man who starts off with, let's see how it goes, or I'm afraid of commitment, is a no. Just no and keep walking. There's no need trying to convince him. There's no need trying to now prove that you can be that special woman who's going to change his mind. He already told you what he is. He doesn't want this. Or maybe, to be more honest, he doesn't want you. So when you hear those words, for me, that's a huge red flag. Just run. There's no point getting into that never-ending battle. It's not worth the chase. Okay. So a man who really wants you will officially ask you. So lean back into your feminine energy. Keep dating multiple people. Have fun with your life. Keep the mystery going. Because trust me, a man who thinks he knows you, knows everything about you, he's seen it all, is not so much in a hurry to want to, make you his girlfriend officially. It's like, I've seen it all. She's boring. I know her day-to-day activities. I know everything she's doing. I know all her friends. Yeah, she doesn't have a life without me. Why do I have to be official? We're already having sex. So what's the point? Right? But if you hold back, keep your emotions at bay. It doesn't mean don't show some emotions, but don't overdo. Don't overexert yourself. Don't be the one now going over and beyond, trying to control the relationship, planning all the dates, buying him gifts, taking him out on trips, on vacations, trying to be his mother, smothering him with so much love, being so involved in everything that's happening in his life, doing everything for him, making his meals, cleaning his house, doing his laundry. There's nothing wrong with doing that later, but before you're official, why are you doing it? Because that's the only way you start to resent the man, because now you've done all these things, and at the end of the day, he might just say to you, well, I'm not ready, or I'm scared of commitment, or, I don't think we want the same things. Then you're hurt and you're miserable and you're heartbroken. So save yourself from the heartbreak. Okay? So, again, the point is, you're only official when a man has asked you to be official, not when you ask him to be official. No, when he has asked you to be official without you trying to coerce it and pry it out of him. Lean back into your feminine energy and just enjoy the journey. The right man for you will show up. He will stand up. Once a man knows that there's other men you're talking to, trust me, they're in a hurry to want to ask you to be official, right? So enjoy the journey, embrace your feminine energy. Know that there's an abundant flow of men out there, high quality, high value men who want you. Stay in your energy. Work on yourself. Work on becoming that person who can attract this type of amazing man. And without a long time, he would show up. Also, when he shows up, make sure you're not in a hurry. Don't start saying yes after a week of knowing a person or 2 weeks. Look, there's no time frame, but a week, 2 weeks, you don't really know anything about this person. So enjoy the journey. Enjoy the dating phase. Date multiple people. And the right man will ask you to be his official girlfriend. Thank you for listening to today's episode of the Second Chances podcast, a love journey in black and white. I will see you same time tomorrow. Sending you love and light.